This guy does incredible Trump impressions. And watch, he sings and dances on America's Got Talent. And then, let's see a real catchy Griffin. Watch this. This is like 2 or 3 minutes of her behind the scenes, backstage. You see the real her. And the real mess that she is in real life. Take a look. And, for Throwback Thursday, hey, I never thought about this. Godfather Part 2. Where was Clemenza? Remember, Sheffield got killed at the end of Godfather Part 1. Clemenza was fine. Why did he return in Godfather Part 2? Well, Francis Ford Coppola explained why they wanted it. He explained why he wasn't in it. We got it all up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com, then go over to the Mark Simone page, or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark. Now on WOR, Media Link, Inside Advertising and Media with Michael Casden. It's a pleasure to welcome Dan Levy, the Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer for Clear Channel Out of Home. As we look at the marketplace and so much of this place-based media and the companies like Factual and Verve and Place IQ, you go down the list, they're utilizing that mobile platform to measure and find out where people are. They have to be doing that in conjunction with a Clear Channel. What we're not doing is building our own data science. What we're doing is working with the proven best-of-breed data partners and bringing that application to the world out of home. And that's what they're all recognizing is we're coming to them with something that they already understand, but with an ability to apply that to media that previously we haven't been able to apply that data approach.
I'm Michael Casden with Inside Advertising and Media on WOR.
Hey, now if you want some beautiful custom-made shirts, you go to a shirt maker, like this fine shirt maker, and custom make it like $600. You don't have to do that anymore. There's a company called Proper Cloth. I've been using them. The price is much lower. I mean, a lot lower. And they're beautiful custom-made shirts. You can do this all online. You have a people store in Soho if you want to actually see this stuff, but you don't have to. Just go right online. You can just see the pictures. You'll see these are really beautiful dress shirts, casual shirts, custom-made, excellent fabrics that mean all kinds of checks, stripes, color, whatever you're looking for in fabric. And you just answer 10 questions online, give your sizes, and then they will put into the algorithm. It'll custom make these shirts right to your body, no matter how hard your body is to fit. Whatever the people get, it's perfect fit. In fact, I've never had this problem. They always fit as soon as you get them. But if they don't work, they'll remake them so it'll fit you perfectly. It's an excellent company, ProperCloth.com. Just go online, take a look at the pictures, you'll see what I mean. Excellent shirts, great prices. ProperCloth.com. Truly custom made. Get the best fit you've ever had. ProperCloth.com. And we can save you some money. Use my first name, Mark. Save $20 on your first shirt. Just use Mark as the code. Save $20 on your first shirt. Go to ProperCloth.com. ProperCloth.com.
I'm Dan Webster.
And I'm Trina Webster, founders of Be Quiet.
Our story probably sounds familiar. I was desperate to find a solution to my snoring problem, and I tried everything. Pillows, chin straps, even surgery, but I kept snoring.
I wasn't the only one desperate for a good night's sleep. Our whole family was tired, cranky, and sleep deprived. So we turned to experts to create a solution that's a total game changer called Be Quiet.
Be Quiet uses the same technology as professional treatments costing thousands of dollars. But you can find our affordable solution at GetBeQuiet.com.
We know that snoring is a problem for so many families, and we wanted everyone to benefit from our easy solution. So don't let snoring be a problem. Go to GetBeQuiet.com and sleep quiet with Be Quiet.
Be Quiet fits both men and women. Try it risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95. Go to GetBeQuiet.com or text LIKE to 91011. Go to GetBeQuiet.com or text LIKE to 91011.
As a home health aide, I want to join a service that cares as much about the patient as I do.
Nana's Home Care is seeking exceptional home health aides and personal care aides to serve patients in New York and Long Island. This is an amazing opportunity to start a well-paying career with benefits, a flexible schedule, and a great working environment. No certification needed. Free training available. To apply, use your cell phone to call pound 250 and say the keyword home care. That's pound 250, keyword home care.
Roughly 100 million Americans suffer from chronic pain. This problem is not only excruciating, but it also
also takes a hit on the individual's relationship with others. Here at Sovereign Health Chronic Pain Program, our experts target and treat the underlying causes of the problem while also helping our patients discover the best pain reduction methods that work for them. Call Sovereign Health at 866-224-7297 or online at sovhealth.com.
New Yorkers living in rent-regulated apartments may be able to freeze their rent if your rent-stabilized lease renewal begins by September 30th, 2017. Great news. The Rent Guidelines Board voted a 0% increase for one-year lease renewals, 2% increase for two-year renewals, and if you're 62 years and older or with a disability and earn $50,000 or less, you may be eligible for NYC Rent Freeze program, and even longer freeze. Call 311 to find out, 711 for relay service, or visit nyc.gov/freeze your rent. If your basement or crawl space smells, if you hate running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damn chemicals into a dry, healthy environment. It's with the Wave Moisture Control Unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gases, and chemicals that cause health issues, trigger athletic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a one-year money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy comfortable.
Hey, here's your Formula E, the fully electric race series debuts in New York City. Don't miss this must-see summer event on Saturday and Sunday, July 15th and 16th, when Formula E makes their way to Red Hook, Brooklyn. 10 teams and 20 drivers will battle it out on the Series Championship. Enjoy a fun weekend with live entertainment, driver autograph sessions, and much more. Grab your friends and family. Come witness history in the making. Get your tickets now. Visit FI011546. Formula E, fully electric racing, July 15th and 16th.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOD-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. That's why we're here.
Everything just seems so,
Everything is about to get better, ma'am. You have a diagnosis, Brian? I have really good news. You're about to feel great. I sure hope so. You're suffering from too much junkitis.
how did we get it?
It's a common affliction, ma'am. Is there a cure? When it's something you haven't used in the past 12 months. Wow. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
It's a crazy kind of freedom.
I can breathe again.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. We work until midnight, 7 days a week, so you never have to take off work to meet us. Call 1-800-GOD-JUNK or visit 1-800-GODJUNK.com.
Red Band. Tune in to the Nissan Red Pregame Show at 12:30 on 710 WOR.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York.
Hey, we got a big one coming up. Ed Klein will be with us in the next hour. He's got some inside info for us. We'll get to Scott Kelly. He's no longer the CBS News anchorman, but we'll get into how he screwed up, how he had himself thrown out of there, and who's going to replace him. We'll get to Kathy Griffin, Donald Trump pulling out of the Paris Accord, and we'll get to Hillary, her friends, her family, very worried about her. They want to do an intervention. She needs help. She's breaking down in public. And don't forget Rush and Sean and all that. Today we got the Mets. They take on Milwaukee. Rush and Sean can hear them live on the stream, of course, all day. I'm here every day to noon, so don't go away. A big hour coming up on 710 WOR.
Len Berman and Todd Schmidt in the morning, and the New York Mets. 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
An iHeart radio station.
It's 68 degrees at 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Joe Bartlett. Russian President Vladimir Putin admitting Russians may have hacked the DNC last year before the election. He denied any state involvement, but is suggesting that military Russians could have been responsible.
Vladimir Putin came the closest he'd come to suggesting Russians could have been behind the hacking of the Democratic Party last year. The Russian president said it was possible that individuals patriotically inclined hackers could have done the attack on their own initiative. He did seem to suggest that it would have been a patriotic thing to do, but he categorically denied that the Russian state was involved. He added that he was deeply convinced that no kind of hack could substantially influence the election. Patrick Weevil, ABC News, St. Petersburg, Russia.
And a big growing questions about Russia. President Trump tweeted out this morning, the big story is the unmasking and surveillance of people that took place during the Obama administration. President Trump announcing today whether he'll keep the U.S. in the Paris Climate Agreement. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer says the president has been getting input from a number of experts and advisors. He's listening to a lot of people.
Look, here are industry leaders, as I think Director Cohen mentioned last week. He consulted with foreign leaders, but he's talked to industry leaders. He's had a lot of input and ultimately make the decision.
The word is the president is expected to withdraw the U.S. from that agreement. The official announcement coming at 3 o'clock from the Rose Garden. Controversy continues over the Puerto Rican Day Parade and its decision to honor a convicted terrorist. And now there's word that he may be staying with the city council speaker.
The New York Post says a source heard someone mention that Oscar Lopez Rivera would be staying at the city council speaker's house in East Harlem. Melissa Mark Viverito dodged several questions when asked about it yesterday. She has taken heat for upholding the parade board's decision to honor the convicted terrorist of the Puerto Rican Day Parade this month. Lopez Rivera just got released from prison. He was considered a leader of a group that claimed responsibility for many bombings in the 70s and 80s, including 2 in New York City. Viverito says Rivera was not involved in those bombings. I'm Scott Pringle for 710 WOR.
Dashcam video has been released showing Tiger Woods slurring his speech and having trouble walking just before his DUI arrest. Analyst Abrams explains how this police video will impact the case.
On the plus side, he was cooperative, and it turns out he told the truth. On the not-so-plus side is just about everything else on that video. You watch him on that videotape, and that can be used against him to show that he was driving under the influence.
Unexpected reaction to medication. Abrams says that a plane is likely. The Mets have apologized after Mr. Met gave a middle finger to a fan during last night's loss to Brewers. The team called the incident inappropriate and says the person wearing the costume would no longer portray Mr. Met. NBA star LeBron James says the spray-painted racial graffiti on his front teeth shows him that racism will always be part of America. The Cleveland Cavaliers superstar talked about the racist graffiti found at his L.A. home during the NBA Finals Media Day yesterday. He says no matter how much money you have or how famous you are, being black in America is tough. And today marks a major milestone in music history. It's a half-century ago that one of the greatest albums of all time was released.
50 years, actually. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band had its official UK release, hitting the U.S. a day later.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band changed everybody's life.
Eagles guitarist Joe Walsh. The Beatles expert Bruce Spicer says most people probably wouldn't say it's their favorite or best Beatles album.
It's just the Beatles' most important album.
Some would say that rock fused to an art form, becoming the first rock album to win Best Album at the Grammys, and in 2003, topping Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Star News at 11 brought to you by Dr. Lehman's Radio Surgery New York. Call 212 choices for more information. It's 11:04 Wall Street and the weather next.
Meet Jack. High tax Jack Chitterelli. He supports jacking up your taxes. The gas tax, jack it up. Income tax, jack them up too. The sales tax, jack it up. No surprise, high tax Jack Chitterelli. You'll be leaving with Democrats. High tax Jack Chitterelli. Bad on taxes, bad for Jersey.
Hey, Jim Guadagno. He's not like Jack. Kim's plan cuts property taxes and saves middle-class families hundreds of dollars each year. Kim will audit every single dollar spent in transit and public employees pay abuse, slash fraud, abuse, and greed. The choice couldn't be clearer. Only Kim Guadagno is offering real relief for real families, making Jersey more affordable. Kim Guadagno for governor. Better. Paid for by Guadagno for Governor Inc. P.O. Box 31, Metuchen, New Jersey.
Now checking Wall Street stocks are slightly higher in the early trading. The Dow's up 19 points. Nasdaq is up 8. The S&P up 3. Here's your WOR Weather Channel forecast. Plenty of sun into this first afternoon of June. The first minute temperature for the Mets being 77 with a high of 80, reaching 79. And it clears tonight with a low of 57. There may be some showers and storms popping up tomorrow afternoon as clouds move in. High near 75 and highs in the low to mid-70s this week. And sunshine Saturday. Scattered showers Sunday. I'm meteorologist Jeff Marr.
This report brought to you by Lowe's. Stop by Lowe's for great deals on all the spring projects on your to-do list. Save $10 on a Black & Decker 20-volt cordless electric spring trimmer and edger. Now just $59. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through June 29th while supplies last. U.S. only.
Well, the Mets lose to the Brewers 7-1 last night. They try to get back on the winning track this afternoon. Zach Wheeler gets the start as the Mets and Brewers wrap up their series. Coverage on WOR begins at 12:05. It's 11:06 right now, and that's our news. Next update, 11:30, breaking news at 1. Wake up with Lindbergh. It's Native Morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News radio station.
Mr. New York, Mark Simone on WOR.
Hey, we got a big hour coming up. We'll get to Donald Trump, the Paris Accords. We'll get to the terrorist parade that the mayor and city council speaker are planning. New York Times firing a lot of people. They are slowly shrinking away. And we'll get to Scott Pelley. A real story about this. Scott Pelley, former nightly news anchor. We'll get to Kathy Griffin and Tiger Woods. So 3 o'clock today, Donald Trump will announce something about the Paris Accords. He had promised during the campaign he would pull us out of it. It's not a real climate change accord. It does absolutely nothing. It's just one of these John Kerry negotiated things where write anything you want and we'll sign it. It was President Obama's deal. The idea is good. That would be a great idea, especially, it's not, we're not the worst, and China's the worst. There's countries that are really bad with this pollution. It'd be a wonderful thing to have an agreement where everybody, set certain standards. But you have to have an actual agreement. This thing says, here's what we'd like you to do, but if you don't worry about it. It's not a real climate change.
It's nice to have a target.
Yeah. If you're going to have an agreement, have an agreement. Remember, Trump comes from a world where contracts are everything. And he came from the dirtiest world of New York real estate, where you had to know how to write a contract, and he's got billion-dollar loans from banks, and you had to really know how to read and write a contract. So imagine in the New York real estate world, here's what you should probably pay us if you do. If you don't, if you don't pay us, well, nothing we'll do about it. The Paris Accords are just a symbolic thing that do absolutely nothing. And you got these really nice, that Tim Cook who runs Apple, he's a nice guy. That Elon Musk, he looks a little crazy, but they mean well. They all called Trump yesterday, please don't pull out of the Paris Accord.
Ivanka wants him to stay?
Ivanka wants to get it. Ivanka Jared. They're just like these Manhattan liberals. Just want to have an accord. We just had a climate accord. We'll be okay. But Trump is like a real guy who really does stuff. He doesn't just sit there and dream. Not some lemon bean liberal. We have an accord. Everything's fine. You say you want to do this, then we got to pull out of this and hammer out a real agreement. That's the standard. And he's right. If you watched him during the campaign, he said we're not going to be in an agreement where a European bureaucrat tells us how much energy we'll use and when. Then that's the deal.
Okay. Well, they don't have that power at the moment.
Well, there's nothing in the agreement that gives anybody any power. It's just a fake agreement. So if you're for a climate accord, I think he should pull out. 2 reasons. One, there's no action. The whole Paris Accord is the silliest thing ever written. And also, he promised he would pull out. And then I think he should go back and propose a real climate agreement. Something real that would actually accomplish something.
Look, you know those other countries aren't going to agree to that. The strict limits. China's not going to.
Well, if you can't get that, then you do.
India won't.
No, but Trump is the best in the world at this. If you're not going to do that, he'll figure out what you will do and what you want, and he'll trade you for it. He'll get you something. It's better than having this agreement where everybody just does anything they want. So we'll find out at 3 o'clock today what's going to happen. Everybody's worried about Hillary Clinton, her family, not her husband. Her husband thinks this is great. He loves watching her meltdown in person. He loves having her look crazy in person. So she did this conference. What is that conference? It's usually tech guys in that conference. It's a code con or something like that. Yeah, it's at Walton Mossberger. You always see it at CNBC. Always carries it live. And here she was. The email thing, which she should have gone to jail for, is culminated as terrible. Leaking classified emails all over the world.
In the book, I'm just using everything that anybody else said about it besides me to basically said this was the biggest nothing burger ever.
Yeah, it was nothing. Everybody said it. And she asked everybody. She asked Puma. She asked John Podesta. She asked her butler. She asked the driver. That was the survey.
But it's interesting. But she said because of the hacking, that's why and the Russian hacking and intervention, that's why she lost the election.
She was such a great candidate. It's hard to believe. So, hey, there was one person that absolutely tampered with the election. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She deliberately rigged the primaries. She rigged the debates so that nobody would see them. I mean, think about this. She scheduled the debates Saturday night, like at 10 o'clock on against the playoff game, so that people would... And there was another guy who might have been a strong candidate.
The guy from Virginia.
O'Malley?
Yeah.
Baltimore mayor,
yeah, right.
Martin O'Malley. They wouldn't even get a look at it. They scheduled these debates when no one would see them. They literally rigged the primary process so that even if Bernie won this race, they could take the So Debbie Wasserman Schultz, we know, absolutely know, tampered with the election. Now, you can pretty much assume she was in cahoots with, in collusion with Hillary Clinton on that. Otherwise, why would she have done that? So that was the tampering. But what does Hillary say? What's the first word out of her mouth? Wake her up in the middle of the night. What's the first thing you hear?
The Russians,
that's all you hear?
The Russians, in my opinion, and based on the intel and counter-intel people I talked to, could not have known how best to weaponize that information unless they had been guided. And here's
Guided by Americans.
Guided by Americans.
So this is Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard coming down the stairs. The data was weaponized. The information was weaponized. What they're talking about, there is no Russian interference anybody can find anywhere. If you really pin them down and give you some kind of an answer, they will claim that Russia had Twitter bots loading up the internet with fake news everywhere. But nobody saw this fake news. It affected nothing. Stanford University just completed a massive study to see if anybody ever saw this fake news, and they couldn't find any. The data was weaponized. You saw it raining down at you. So hopefully she'll get some psychiatric help. Okay, let's get to Scott Kelly. Now you got the CBS Evening News. And, you know, Lester Holt is always number one. That NBC is always number one. And then Lester Holt, he might be the most biased, lying, rotten, left-wing guy. But he's like the anchor. He's the guy with the gravitas. You know, he looks like the anchor. He's the Cronkite of today. And then you got, and he does number one. He's usually number one. Then you got that David Muir on ABC. It's a good alternative. He's like a young, handsome guy, very good looking. And it's a show. They have a different pace, much faster, much more graphics. And half of it is pretty much TMZ, that kind of stuff. Which is a good alternative. Yeah, you're not going to out Lester Holt. You're doing a little different. So then CBS, Scott Kelly. You remember they're coming off that disaster with Katie Couric. So they bring in Scott Kelly. He looks like an anchorman. You know, he looks gray-haired. Anchorman, although a little strong, right? Strong and very slow. Slow, methodical. And you look at him and you think, look, he just looks like a nice man. But in real life, he's a pretentious guy. And he wears the British suits that he has handmade, and he's a real Ted Baxter in real life. He's very pretentious. He takes himself very seriously. So the guy that was his rabbi was the head of CBS News. Well, that guy left last year. And now a new guy who can't stand him, Scott Kelly, who's pretentious. And Scott Kelly's getting $5 million a year. Believe it or not, that's nothing. And the anchorman business, Lester Holt's probably getting double that. Viewers probably getting double that. So he wants more money. But when you're a pretentious, slow guy, you're not a hell of a negotiator. Especially up against a big broadcast executive. So he brings in Ari Emanuel. You know who that is?
Yeah.
You ever watch Entourage?
Yes.
Ari Gold.
Oh, really?
That's based on Ari Emanuel.
Oh, okay.
It's an exact copy.
Oh, God.
It's an exact copy of Ari Emanuel. But by the way, it's the brother of Rahm Emanuel.
Okay, yeah.
And that Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, you know, that ghoulish guy. So Ari Emanuel is Ari Gold from Montreux, fast-talking, super aggressive, killer of an agent. He runs William Morris. I mean, a killer of an agent. So Pelly is getting nowhere with the CBS News Plus. He brings in Ari Emanuel, a mile-a-minute talking killer. So this offends the CBS News guy so much that that's the end of Scott Pelly.
Wow.
That's it. You're gone. And go back to 60 Minutes.
They don't have a replacement, though.
They didn't even care. They just want him out of the building, and they don't want to see any Ari Emanuel anymore. They don't want to. You know, that happened with Roger Ailes a lot. A lot of people lost their job at Fox because they had the wrong agent. He just didn't want to deal with those people. And there's a couple over there who are very smart, and they often tell him, you know, I'm not dealing with that guy ever again. If that's your agent, I'll just get rid of you. So it's, well, hey, you can't blame the guy. No, I'll get paid. Yeah, I mean, if it's a really terrible agent, that's not going to work. So Pelly is now admitted. Friends says that it was a mistake. I regret it. It was a big mistake bringing in Ari Emanuel. You know, it's one thing if you're fighting a movie deal, but this is a news division. Then I used to a guy, an Ari Gold kind of a guy, so he said he realized he made a huge mistake. It probably cost him a second. I go back to 60 Minutes, where the guy who was his mentor is now in charge. But he'll be fine over there, but it's just 60 Minutes. Also, you know, 60 Minutes is a great show. But you're on a plane flying all over the world. It's a grueling job. Yeah. It's nice to go to 57th and 11th and show up at the CBS building every day,
As opposed to going across the street.
as opposed to having to fly to Mongolia for a week and then having to fly to Kathmandu and then having to fly to China. I mean, this is a much cushier job, so he's losing this. They don't know who they're going to put in. They were so quick to get rid of him. They just wanted this Ari Emanuel going. The thought was John Dickerson from Face the Nation.
No, he was from.
No?
No. The original Odds On favorite was Anthony Mason, who's good. He does, I think, CBS Morning or something like that.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Good.
No, actually, Nora O'Donnell was fine on the list. The problem is, the CBS Morning Show with Charlie Rose, that show's always in last place, always third place. It's actually started to do well recently. So for the first time ever, it's doing well. So they don't want to mess that up. They don't want to pull anybody off there. So that's, I would put Charlie Rose on. Oh, perfect. Because this guy works a million jobs. He does everything. He does the nighttime 11 o'clock show, he does the morning show, and he's, all his life, he looks like he's falling asleep.
I know it.
But I was jealous. He never did it. He always looked like that. He's totally disheveled and always falling asleep. And it looks like he's bored. He looks like you're bothering him whenever you watch him.
Exactly. He can blow his belly.
I put him on. And out of all the CBS people, I'm sure he's biased to the left, but not as bad as the rest of them. The rest of them are horrible. Hey, they wanted Anderson Cooper, and they wanted Jake Tapper. They were thinking of these two, but both are tied up with CNN contracts that they can't get out of at the moment. Who else would be in the running? Oh, they talked to Willie Geist, who's like a young Charlie Rose. He's like a young guy that could put you to sleep. That Charlie Rose never sleeps either.
He must not.
He's always out. I see him like at 11 o'clock at night. He's out. Wherever I'm out, he's out.
Really? And then
Every
up in the morning?
Yeah, every morning guy you talk to tells you how they have to go to sleep at 8 o'clock. I used to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, but you see him, like 11 o'clock he shows up in the restaurant.
Most people go to sleep so they get a beauty rest. Doesn't bother.
Well, again, in his case, not necessary. Hey, I love the guy, but he's always, he's got, like, the biggest bags under his eyes. His clothes are always rumpled. He's disheveled at all times. So it doesn't matter. Hey, the new iPhone, I'm not sure, because nobody is absolutely sure what the design is, but what's leaking out now is the case is smaller than the current case. It's going to be smaller than the current one, but they make the screen edge to edge, so you get a bigger screen with a smaller case. So the point of that is, don't buy any cases. They're not going to fit the new phone. It's not going to be the same size. And it may, if this design is correct, it's leaked out. It's actually a little smaller than the current phone, but with a bigger screen.
Well, that's good.
the case makes it a little extra large. Yeah, that's true. It'll fit better in your pocket. And in the end, the screen is bigger. Also, starting to get a little carpal tunnel from holding that phone all the time. Or you get a little ache in your hand. Have you realized that's the reason for Siri?
Well, it is hard to manage that thing one-handed.
Yeah, so that's the reason for Siri. Don't keep using your hands and you can avoid that carpal tunnel. And if you're thinking of getting any kind of Mac laptop, don't right now, because there's a new version of everything coming out. The MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, all kinds of new ones are about to be released. September or October, everything will be coming out. They're not sure of the date yet.
New everything, huh?
New everything. So when we come back, we'll get to the New York Times closing down, firing everybody. We'll get to subway delays with all that coming up. Oh, and Klein will still have the scoop on some things. And check out the webpage. A lot of good stuff up there. If you watch the Tiger Woods dash cam video, it's very upsetting.
It is sad, I know.
Very.
The guy shouldn't have been in the car.
Very, very sad. Especially when they ask him to do these tests. You know, like, put your finger on this light. And he can't. His guy used to sink a 80-foot putt, and he can't do this. It's really sad to watch. We got the whole dash cam video up. Also, hey, watch this. This is behind-the-scenes footage of Kathy Griffin. You'll see what she thinks, watch this. She's a real weirdo in real life. A real mixed-up basket case. Watch this behind-the-scenes footage. See what I mean? Hey, also watch this. Is going to be on America's Got Talent. This guy is very controversial on the show. It's Donald Trump. It's actually an incredible imitator. Looks and sounds like him, but watch the judges reacting as Donald Trump sings and dances. Watch how you can tell the bias of the judges. So we got that up on the webpage. Hey, also, why wasn't Clemenza in Godfather 2? I never thought about it. Castillo got killed, but Clemenza was alive. Why didn't he return in the second film? Francis Ford Coppola tells us why. It's quite a story. That's up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com. Then go over to the Mark Simone page, or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
The WOR Movie Minute. Here's film critic Joe Newmeyer. Fighting bad guys, equal opportunity job. And this weekend's shows that ladies can kick it with the Justice League Big Boys. This surprisingly serious and smart superhero epic stars Gal Gadot as Diana, an Amazon princess who leaves her tribe on Paradise Island to fight the Germans during World War II. That's after Diana meets an American soldier spy played by Chris Pine, who tells her of a wicked new weapon the enemy is cooking up. So they put together a Ray K group to destroy it, but Diana has some tricks in her famously sexy outfit. Like Marvel's Captain America, Wonder Woman has a cool mix of patriotism and historical adventure. But unlike the 1970s TV show, this fun movie isn't campy or comic booky. In fact, the 4-star Wonder Woman is tough as nails and hot as hell. You don't need a lasso of truth to tell you that. With the WOR Movie Minute, I'm Joe Newmeyer.
And if you want to sleep better, the My Pillow has made quite a difference for 25 million Americans, including me. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been a My Pillow user for quite a while. Even flew in Michael Lindell for the inauguration. He's a big My Pillow fan. And it'll make a difference for you. Now, it'll take you a couple nights to get used to it, but once you do, you'll love that My Pillow. Impossible to go back to a regular pillow. That My Pillow gives you much better support now. You just sleep better. You don't wake up as much. They're doing that deal. You get a 4-pack, half price, 50% off. It's true premium pillows. 2 of the smaller, don't anywhere travel My Pillows. 50% off. Just use the promo code WOR. That gets you the WOR. You go to mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. And it comes with a 69 money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. MyPillow.com. Remember, you have the discount. Use the promo code WOR. If your basement or crawl space smells, if you hate running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damp, musty areas into a dry, healthy environment. It's like a waste moisture control unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gas, and chemicals that cause health issues, trigger asthmatic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a 1-year money money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home. Hey guys, do you have trouble finding dress shirts that fit? You search the store for hours but nothing fits, so you settle for a shirt that fits around the neck but is too big around the waist? Stop compromising. Join the thousands of men who switch to Proper Cloth. In just seconds, with 10 simple questions, ProperCloth.com generates your custom shirt size. Stop spending hours trying to find your fit. Start looking your best. Visit ProperCloth.com and use promo code iHeart to save $20 on your first custom fit shirt. Proper Cloth. Perfect fitting shirts for everyone.
Hey, Junior, Formula E, the fully electric race series debuts in New York City. Don't miss this must-see summer event on Saturday and Sunday, July 15th and 16th, when Formula E makes their way to Red Hook, Brooklyn. 10 teams and 20 drivers will battle it out on the track, competing for the series championship. Enjoy a fun weekend with live entertainment, driver autograph sessions, and much more. Grab your friends and family. Come witness history in the making. Get your tickets now. Visit FI011546. Formula E, fully electric racing, July 15th and 16th.
Attention, New Yorkers. There is an astronaut roaming the streets of the city right now in his spacesuit. When you see him, maybe in Soho or Times Square, shopping at Tiffany's, or taking off the Wall Street Bull, snap a selfie and hashtag it 5-Day Weekend. Why is he doing this? To alert you to the 5-Day Weekend. What's the 5-Day Weekend? Find out at 5dayweekend.com. That's 5dayweekend.com. 5dayweekend.com. If you're seeking reliable home care, count on Santa's Home Care, Long Island's most trusted home health care agency for over 25 years. Our highly trained caregivers are fully licensed, insured, and bonded. If you're unsure that home care is right for you, we offer short-term care for free. Santa's accepts most forms of insurance. Complimentary nursing visits when you sign up for 10 hours or more. To find out more, use your cell phone to call pound 250 and say the keyword home care. That's pound 250, keyword home care.
Check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your cards. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. Even great or small, large or offended, never give in. Except to convictions of honor and good sense.
Winston Churchill's immortal words stirred an entire country in the face of certain defeat. Today, these words give each of us the courage to reach for our own victories.
Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never.
Pass it on. Foundation for a Better Life.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations that you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you were in Philly? No problem. In Austin, but you miss Seattle? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. See this music from Bobby Crew on iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Good morning, Reboot. Top headlines plus traffic and weather every 10 minutes. So you can make it to work on time?
No heavy breath.
The WOR First Morning News with Joe Bartlett, 5 till 6, weekday morning, right before Len Berman and Todd Schmidt in the morning on 710 WOR. Mark Simone.
I'm the voice of New York.
710 WOR.
Hey, we'll take some calls. 800-321-0710 is the number. Let's go to Michael in New Providence. Hey, Michael.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
I was going to comment on climate change, but first I have to say, Hillary Clinton actually believes that the Russians needed Donald Trump's help to create a disinformation campaign. I mean, they had the entire Democratic Party thinking they were a workers' paradise for 50 years.
Well, that's true. And if you want to see collusion, how about the Democratic Party and the media? There was some collusion.
Yeah. But on climate change, there is one part that is required. It's called the Climate Change Fund. And what it means is the U.S. gets to fund tens of billions of dollars into a fund to go to other countries that can't afford to get solar power. And by the way, Elon Musk owns the largest solar installation company in the world. It's called Solar City.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of shenanigans going on with that climate accord, too. You're absolutely right. There were millions of reasons. Today at 3 o'clock, Donald Trump will announce whether or not we're pulling out of the climate accord. We absolutely should pull out of it. It's a disaster. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't enforce anything. It doesn't affect anything. And you're right. We put a ton of money in there, taxpayer money from this country, is put into a slush fund in that Paris Climate Accord, where certain companies profit like hell, solar and all of that. So it'd be good to have a climate accord, and that's a fine idea, but get a real one, not this fake one. And there are a lot of better ideas that people are. This climate accord in Paris is just a ridiculous fake thing. It enforces nothing. It requires nothing. It does nothing. It created a slush fund where we put money in that goes for who knows where. But there are a lot of ideas. If you want to have a real climate accord, one of the things is, some people are talking about this, next time there's a big hurricane, Sandy, and there's no more taxpayer money paying to rebuild the same home. Because obviously we're living in a very dangerous area for flooding and hurricanes, and if there's going to be this climate change, and the sea level is going to be rising, you got to believe there. Because the taxpayer money is going to pay for this. You're going to have to move somewhere else. So stop wasting that kind of money. And then there's all kinds of stuff about building more roads. There's so many studies and evidence that show that new roads are not the solution. You'd be better off repairing the old roads. And there's all kinds of answers. And one of the big ones is nuclear power. You can end a lot of the coal and all that stuff immediately with nuclear power. We're the only country that doesn't do enough of it. France is what? Half nuclear power. We're like 5% or something. It's absolutely ridiculous. So the real answers are not in that accord. Before we run out of time, the New York Times, good news. People get fired, thrown the hell out of there. The New York Times is slowly shrinking and shrinking. They just laid off. They're always going to lay off these writers. All these old newsroom guys have been there for 50 years. These old Fred Mertz-looking guys who get this high-up package, and they couldn't resist. So down. It's editors. They're throwing editors out of there. Editors. They actually said, we don't need all these editors. The thing about an editor is that's the guy. That's the older, mature, Lou Grant guy. There's a little bit biased, but let's try to balance this. And the Times said, we don't need people like that around right now. We're going Trump hatred 24/7. We don't need any editors anymore to check anything. There's the other editors with the fact-check stuff. But the new motto at the time, too good a story to check. So the editors are going, remember they had a public editor? That was a big thing. There's a public editor who keeps it on edge. I mean, that's gone. The job eliminated. No more public editor. No, they getting rid of that one? The job's eliminated. But it's starting to Blair. The Times got caught in one of the worst fake news scandals ever. They had a writer literally making up stories. And after that, they were so embarrassed, they created a public editor to oversee the honesty and balance of the Times. And through the years, that guy was helpful, or woman, but now they've eliminated the job. The last public editor of the Times is no longer there. She said, by definition, it's a thorn in their side. It's somebody holding their feet to the fire. It's somebody keeping them honest. They don't want a job like that anymore. They don't want that around anymore. The Times editor and publisher, their version is, it's a job that's no longer necessary with the internet. They offered some explanation. With the internet, people can now contact the publisher. They can write to anybody. It's not an editor. There is another check on your story before it's published, right? Yeah, and also if you really screwed up, there's somebody who can say something about it. Job eliminated. Don't need that job. That's your New York Times as it slowly fades away. When we come back, Ed Klein, the great journalist, a longtime New York Times editor as well. He'll be with us coming up next. He's always got some great scoops about Comey, about Trump, about all that stuff. We'll get to Hillary. We'll get to that next on 710 WOR. Let's get to the latest news. Here's Joe Barber.
Mark, for the first time, Russia's President Vladimir Putin is acknowledging possible Russian interference in the election. He denied any state involvement, but admits that patriotically minded private Russian citizens could showed at Hack's DNC. President Trump tweeted this morning, the big story is the unmasking and surveillance of people that took place during the Obama administration. Will President Trump pull the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Agreement? He'll make his announcement at 3 o'clock from the Rose Garden after hearing from experts, advisors, and world leaders over the last couple of days to withdraw the U.S. from the deal, keeping a promise he made on the campaign trail. And City Council Speaker Melissa Mark Viverito refusing to say whether Oscar Lopez Rivera is staying with her. The convicted terrorist said to be honored at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, which has caused a number of lawmakers and sponsors to pull out. The Post quotes a source as saying they heard that Rivera was staying at Viverito's house. She refused to offer a definitive answer. Next update at noon, breaking news at once. Wake up with Glenn Berman and Todd Schneid in the morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News Radio Station.
Here's your WOR Weather Channel forecast. There will be some sunshine on this first day of June with a first pitch temperature for the Mets game here 77 and a high reaching 79. Overnight clear to the low of 57. Clouds will increase tomorrow with some late day showers and thunderstorms at a high of 75. Highs will reach the low to mid-70s this weekend with sunshine Saturday and scattered showers Sunday. I'm meteorologist Jack Moore.
I have actually been on Balance of Nature for a year now. I have MS, and I recently had an MRI. This is the first year that I've had a stable MRI, so I'm thrilled. When I have an MRI with MS, usually there are glowing spots that come through, which is damage on the nerves in my brain and my spinal cord, and when they're glowing, it means they're active. And then my last MRI, they pulled it up, and I honestly couldn't believe that it was my MRI. There was nothing glowing, and in fact, the dark spots were shrinking. They were healing. And the doctor actually said to me, I think we're in remission. I was so happy. I had no idea that that could be my reality.
The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies free. And we'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WOR. I'm Dan Webster.
And I'm Trina Webster, founders of Be Quiet.
Our story probably sounds familiar. I was desperate to find a solution to my snoring problem, and I tried everything. Pillows, chin straps, even surgery, but I kept snoring.
Dan wasn't the only one desperate for a good night's sleep. Our whole family was tired, cranky, and sleep deprived. So we turned to experts and created a solution that's a total game changer called Be Quiet.
Be Quiet uses the same technology as professional treatments costing thousands of dollars, but you can find our affordable solution at getbequiet.com.
We know that snoring is a problem for so many families, and we wanted everyone to benefit from our easy solution. So don't let snoring be a problem. Go to getbequiet.com and sleep quiet with Be Quiet.
Be Quiet fits both men and women. Try it risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95. Go to getbequiet.com or text LIKE to 91011. Go to getbequiet.com or text LIKE to 91011.
Hey, if you have an elderly parent or relative, somebody needs home health care. There's a really fine agency, it's a boutique agency, and they hire the very best home health care workers, licensed nurses. If you want somebody good, somebody caring, compassionate, somebody you can trust in your home, give them a call. The David York Home Health Care family-owned business has been doing it for years. You're always talking to the supervising nurse in charge. You can talk to the owner at any time. The David York Home Health Care Agency. The number is 800-885-0808. Really good. 800-885-0808. 800-885-0808.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
I was told you could make us feel better.
That's why we're here.
Everything just seems so,
Everything is about to get better, ma'am. You have a diagnosis, Brian? I have really good news. You're about to feel great.
I sure hope so.
You're suffering from too much junkitis.
how did we get it?
It's a common affliction, ma'am. Is there a cure? Or is something you haven't used in the past 12 months? Wow, it's gone. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
It's a crazy kind of freedom.
I can breathe again.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. We work until midnight, 7 days a week, so you never have to take off work to meet us. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. How would you like a second source of income without having to work a second job? Maybe it sounds too good to be true. Well, my good friends at Online Trading Academy can show you how other people are doing this every patented core strategy that can help you learn how to follow what the big banks on Wall Street are doing and how profits are being made when the market goes up and even when it goes down. And right now, they're offering a free Wall Street Insider kit so you can get started right away. Just need to text the word TRADE to 57682, 57682. You get 2 online classes, instructional videos, and a guide that will help you learn to build that second income. And it's all free. Text the word TRADE to 57682, 57682, and we'll even throw in 2 free tickets to an upcoming workshop so you can ask questions and learn more. The market is making all kinds of moves. Are you ready to move with it? Text the word TRADE to 57682. That's TRADE to 57682.
Message and data rates may apply. Grab your sneakers and lace up for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation's Great Strides launch in Holy Square on Sunday, June 4th. Join thousands of New Yorkers in the search for a cure for cystic fibrosis, a rare and life-threatening disease which progressively limits the ability to breathe and tragically shortens lives. Please walk with us on Sunday, June 4th in Holy Square. For more info and to register, go to greatstrides.cff.org. With your help, we know that one day CF stands for Cure Fast. Go to greatstrides.cff.org.
Hey, it's Todd Schmidt. I'm Lundberg. We'll discuss Trump's decision on the climate accord, and we'll have a review of Wonder Woman. It's Len Berman and Todd Schmidt in the morning. Wonder Woman tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. on the Voice of New York, 710 WOR.
Mr. New York
Mark Simone.
on 710 WOR.
Well, Ed Klein, of course, one of the great journalists in America, the best when it comes to Hillary or Trump or all of them. And Klein.com. Actually, there, sign up. And you'll get his latest news stories and blog and get inside scoop on stuff. EdwardKlein.com. And, of course, get his books there. Ed Klein, how you doing? I'm doing well. Great, Mark. How about yourself? Very good. First of all, you must have watched Hillary yesterday. I did. This is very Norma Desmond and Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, it is. She's, the delusional has passed over into the psychotic, almost, I would say.
Yeah, but you know, even if you didn't listen to what she was saying, if you're, you knocked your way from the election for 6 months, and you go back and you look at her, the way she looks, the way she sits, the way she talks, you realize there's something so unpleasant about her. No wonder she lost.
You know, the more she complains about everything, including the Russians, Comey, and now the Democratic National Committee, all Democrats, she said, we're broke, give her any money, and didn't help her, and everybody was against her. The more she is alienating the American voters, the more she is putting more and more space between her and the people who voted for Donald Trump and the people who counted this country, the Americans who, even I'd say the Hillary supporters on the East and West Coast must be looking at her and shaking their heads and saying to themselves, is this the woman I voted for president?
And the Democrats must be looking at her saying, she's the problem, we can't have her around.
Remember exactly.
Remember the friends with the old gangster got out of jail and came back?
Remember that movie Sixth Sense? What's his name? I know what I'm talking about. And he didn't know he was dead. That's Hillary. Bruce Willis did not know he was dead. And she doesn't either. She doesn't understand that it's over for her. There's no control over her whatsoever. None. She doesn't listen to him, didn't listen to him during the campaign. He was explaining to her that the campaign's approach, which ignored the white working class voters in the Rust Belt, was, a formula for disaster. She didn't listen to him then, and she's not listening to him now, which is, grow up, accept the inevitable, move on, as she has, by the way. So, we can say a lot about Bill that you don't like, but he's got a life. Exactly the cleanest life in the world, but it's a life. She doesn't have a life. That's her problem. She doesn't have anything.
So, hey, explain this to me. Woman Aberdeen is taking Anthony Weiner back. They signed the lease again for a year. What the hell is that all about?
You know, I was thinking about that, and I knew somebody was going to ask me this question, and I was wondering what my response was going to be. Because I don't have any inside information except to know that anyone who has spent the last 20-some-odd years with Hillary, as Uma Aberdeen has, is a glutton for punishment. There's no question in my mind. She's a glutton for punishment. The psychiatrists call it masochistic, right? And the fact that she would, because, she's good to the child, who 5, 6 years old, however, and has been really the only parent to that child, because he's been on the, Hillary's shadow. Spends hardly any time with her own child. But that she would take this guy back into their so-called marital apartment is utterly shocking. And it says a lot about her values. When you think about it, we have to recall that one of the photographs that he texted to this 15-year-old girl included him on a sofa with his child, displaying his genitals. I mean, with his own child. So, I mean, it just boggles the mind to think that she doesn't see it. Now, as I say, I think what this whole story is about is what's wrong with Uma Aberdeen, and obviously it's Hillary Clinton too, because this has been her closest, not only aide, but really friend for the last 20-some-odd years.
Oh, good. Okay, well, let me run some by you. You think maybe he knows something. He learned from Uma. He knows stuff about the Clintons, and they want him quiet until he goes to prison, which could be a few more months. He gets sentenced in September. Maybe they say, go back and just make sure he's quiet.
Well, knowing the Clintons, that would be very possible, very likely, as a matter of fact. Because, number one, I think he does know stuff. I mean, how could he not? If he was married to a woman who was closest to Hillary, and there was a computer with all her stuff on it, right? Obviously, before she dumped him, they talked about, well, how was your day, dear? And she told him about what was going on inside the camera, about Hillary. I think he knows a heck of a lot. And I'm surprised that the Clintons couldn't get him off.
Well, what you do right now at this phase, that the judge is going to do the sentencing September, you have everybody write letters to the judge. Jury begged Hillary and Bill Clinton. Everybody knows to write a letter.
Maybe that's part of what you're talking about. What you're saying is, maybe he knows stuff, and they send her back with this message, which is, you play ball with us, and we will, write you nice letters to the judge. You're talking about what a great guy you are, and what an upstanding citizen you are.
Well, but after the judge does the sentencing, and let's say it's bad, there's nothing holding him back, so maybe they need her there to keep him quiet.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe she can keep him quiet, too. Maybe she has that kind of hold over him. After all, he must be, trying, begging on his knees for her to accept him back. Hey, listen, who would take him back? Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. I was watching TV last night. I see Karl Rove, and he said, this is a sentence he said, James Comey, out of all the people I ever met in Washington, was the most sanctimonious, consistent guy.
I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. And, I have to confess something, Mark, that I think at a certain point I was taken in too, and thought, this guy was a Boy Scout, and that he was really, Elliot Ness, untouchable and all that, but I mean, he's displayed the most self-righteous kind of behavior. I'm amazed that Mueller is allowing Comey to testify before the Senate. Because Mueller's doing this, obviously, special counsel, he's doing this investigation, and why is Comey going to reveal material that Mueller needs in his investigation in public at this point? It's maybe what will happen if Comey will show up and say, well, I can't talk about this, that, and the other thing. Because Mueller is all we can.
Yeah. And somewhere toward the end of this, I think everybody will point to, as Alan Dershowitz, a great legal scholar, says there's no possible law being violated, even if they did everything. So what jurisdiction does the FBI have anyway?
On what? Oh, you look at the Russian thing?
Yeah.
Right, of course.
There's no criminal statute.
There is no crime here. There has never been a crime here. Let's say that Jared Kushner got in touch with the ambassador, the SAT ambassador. It's a joke. It's not even part of it. Secretary of State, or when he was National Security Advisor before he was Secretary of State, he had back channels all over the place, avoiding the State Department and dealing directly with foreign countries, foreign diplomats, without anybody knowing about it. And that's not illegal either.
Well, everybody should read Ed Klein's books. He's got some great books on Hillary, Trump, on everything. Sign up. Go to edwardklein.com. Make sure you sign up there because then you get his blog and always great stuff. edwardklein.com. And Ed Klein, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Mark. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. We'll check out the webpage. There's a lot of good stuff up there. We have the Tiger Woods dash cam video. Police have released the whole thing. It's pretty sad. Pretty riveting to watch. So we'll get that up on the webpage. Also, America's Got Talent is coming back. Watch this. Donald Trump appears on this, actually an imitator, but a really good imitator. Who does Trump singing and dancing. It's pretty good. You can see which judges are very quiet when you see this Donald Trump figure coming up. And, you want to really see the real Kathy Griffin off stage, behind the scenes Kathy Griffin. Watch this little video of her backstage. You see the real her, how tormented she is, how weird she is. We'll get that up on the webpage. And, if you're a big Godfather freak, this is fascinating. Why wasn't Clemenza, Richie Castellano, why wasn't he in Godfather 2? He wasn't killed in the first movie. He could easily have been. Well, Francis Ford Coppola tells the story about Clemenza. Richard Castellano got himself thrown out of Godfather 2. Pretty interesting. It's all on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com and go over to the Mark Simone page. Or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com.
Roughly 100 million Americans suffer from chronic pain. This problem is not only excruciating, but it also takes a hit on the individual's relationships with others. Here at Sovereign Health's Chronic Pain Program, our experts target and treat the underlying causes of the problem, while also helping our patients discover the best pain reduction methods that work for them. Call Sovereign Health at 866-224-7297 or online at sovhealth.com.
Hey, if you're looking for a Mercedes-Benz and you want to insurance this car, you should be going to a luxurious dealership. Well, the State Motors in Westchester was taken over by Celebrity Motor Car Company. Celebrity Motor Car. They run dealerships, Maserati dealers, Mercedes dealers, so they're taking over the Golden Bridge in New York. It's right off 684 in Westchester. But it's now a Celebrity Motor Car Company dealership. It's the new Mercedes-Benz of Golden Bridge. Now, they call it Celebrity Motor Car because it's red carpet, VIP treatment, start to finish, from sales and service and parts. Love it, and they've got a huge selection of Mercedes-Benz. Oh, if you're looking for a pre-owned, they've got a great selection there, too. You'll also be very happy with the prices. So pay a visit to the brand new Mercedes-Benz of Golden Bridge, New York. It's right off 684 in Westchester. You can also check out the website. It's mercedes-benzgb.com. mercedes-benzgb.com.
Check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram, But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
I've always wanted a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's put the rest of beautiful things. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Or be my baby?
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship in his neighborhood, hoping we would do the same. So let's get started. Friendship, pass it on. With the foundation for a better life and values.com. Attention. There is an astronaut roaming the streets of the... Now in his spacesuit. When you see him, maybe in Soho or Times Square, shopping at Tiffany's, or taking on the Wall Street Bull, snap a selfie and hashtag it 5-Day Weekend. Why are they doing this? To alert you to the 5-Day Weekend. What's the 5-Day Weekend? Find out. FI011546. That's 5dayweekend.com. 5dayweekend.com. Meet Jack. High tax Jack Chitterelli. He supports jacking up your taxes. Your gas tax, jack it up. Income taxes, jack them up too. The sales tax, jack it up. No surprise. High tax Jack Chitterelli usually moves with Democrats. High tax Jack Chitterelli. Bad on taxes, bad for Jersey.
Meet Jim Gordon. He's not like Jack. Cuts property taxes and saves middle-class families hundreds of dollars each year. Jim will audit every single dollar spent in transit and in public. Pay abuse, slash fraud, abuse, and greed. The choice couldn't be clearer. Only Jim Guadagno is offering real relief. Families, making New Jersey more affordable. Jim Guadagno for Governor. Paid for by Guadagno for Governor, Inc. P.O. Box 31, Metuchen, New Jersey. As a home health aide, I want to join a service that hears as much about the patient as I do.
Xana's Home Care is seeking exceptional home health aides and personal care aides to serve patients in New York and Long Island. This is an amazing opportunity to start a well-paying career with benefits, a flexible schedule, and a great working environment. No certification needed. Free training. Why? Use your cell phone to call pound 250 and say the keyword home care. That's 250, keyword home care. Hey guys, do you have trouble finding fresh shirts that fit? You search the store for hours but nothing fits, so you settle for a shirt that fits around the neck but is too big around the waist. Stop compromising. Join the thousands of men who switch to Proper Cloth in just seconds. ProperCloth.com generates your custom shirt sizes. Stop spending hours trying to find your fit. Start looking your best. Visit ProperCloth.com and I wanted to save $20 on your first custom fit shirt. Proper Cloth. Perfect fitting shirts for everyone. If your basement or crawl space smells, if you hate running a dehumidifier, then you need to hear this. There's a better way to transform those damp, musty areas into a dry, healthy environment. It's with the unit, which dries out the entire basement and crawl space without any buckets of water, and will save you hundreds of dollars in electricity. The Wave unit reduces moisture, which nourishes mold, odors, and dust mites. It expels radon, combustion gases, and chemicals that cause health issues, trigger asthmatic symptoms, and worse. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to have a fresher, drier, healthier home all year round. Take advantage of our huge pre-season sale going on now. All Wave units come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Wave Home Solutions for advanced air and water technology. Call now, 888-798-WAVE, 888-798-WAVE, or visit mydryhouse.com, mydryhouse.com. Wave Home Solutions for healthy home.
All the Mets action is on 710 WOR.
Hey, I'm Mike McCarthy. Catch Mets on deck an hour before each game, and then I'll take your phone calls in the Sports Zone after the game. I'm Wayne Randazzo. Join me as I trumpet manager during every pregame show and some of the biggest stars of the game in my post-game run. And, of course, we'll bring you every exciting moment on the field. Howie Rose.
Cruz. And I'm Josh Lewis, your Mets radio broadcast team. Simply the best in the biz. Only on the home of the Mets. 710 WOR.
WOR and WAXQ HD2 New York.
Yeah, we're out of time, but yeah, the Mets are next. If you want to hear Rush or Sean, you can do it on the stream, 710WOR.com. I'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Friday already. Tomorrow?
This afternoon, the Yankees visit the Blue Jays.
CBS News. Unseat Chase and President Trump added some intrigue about his decision on the Paris climate deal. Hearing from a lot of people those ways. Hearing from a lot of people, his announcement just a few hours away now, and indications have been he'll pull the U.S. out of the deal. CBS's Major Garrett.
Those close to the president say that what he is looking to do is renegotiate terms of the Paris Climate Accord. It is unclear if other nations will join in those talks. Now, advocates say there is a global competition to create clean energy technology and the jobs around that. One Obama administration official who helped negotiate the Paris Accord said America cannot win that battle if it's not even on the playing field.
Also from the White House, word that President Trump has signed a waiver to keep the U.S. Embassy in Israel in Tel Aviv. He has CBS's Stephen Portnoy says it's a charged issue in the peace process.
It's been on the books since 1995, a federal law requiring that the U.S. Embassy move from Tel Aviv to Israel's capital, Jerusalem. But ever since it was passed, presidents have signed waivers on national security grounds. The concern? Palestinians would strongly object. In a statement, the White House says Mr. Trump is keeping the embassy where it is for now to maximize the chances of a peace deal.
A former Trump aide, Carter Page, says he'd like to tell his story to Congress. Now on CBS this morning, he insists he did not engage in collusion with Russian officials. He admitted a passing acquaintance with a key man, Russia's ambassador to the U.S.
Meeting is a technical term. I said hello to him a couple times at a conference.
A huge explosion and fire late last night at a corn processing plant in Cambria, Wisconsin. Police and fire teams got the first look.
We have several reported injuries, several burned individuals.
Emergency audio from Broadcastify.com. 13 people were hurt. At least one worker was killed. 2 others missing. The cause of the blast under investigation. A federal judge has ordered the Tennessee teacher who took off with a 15-year-old student held in jail until his trial. Jack Cummins has pleaded not guilty to charges. He and the girl were found in Northern California after a long manhunt. Radio Shack, once an electronics giant, has been getting smaller for months. CBS's Jason Brooks says it shrunk even more over the last few days.
The nearly 100-year-old electronics chain has shut the doors in over 1,000 stores since Memorial Day weekend, leaving 72 company-owned stores, as well as 500 dealer-owned locations. The remaining company-owned Radio Shacks will be found in only 7 states. Most of the locations in New York, Pennsylvania, and Texas.
Southern California, a state where Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher lived, is going up for sale. Mother and daughter died a day apart last December. Personal items will hit the auction block first. Wall Street, the Dow is up 47 points. This is CBS News.
This spring, Lowe's is helping you save big by offering great deals for all the projects on dirt and new land. Keep your lawn neat and tidy with a Black & Decker 20-volt cordless electric string trimmer and edger, now for just $59. And take some time to kick back and relax with the Garden Treasure Severson 4-piece patio set, now for just $248. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Patio set offer valid through 6/5. Trimmer offer valid through 6/29. While supplies last, U.S. only.
There's absolutely nothing traditional about my small business. And when it comes to technology, I need someone who understands my unique needs. That's where my Dell Small Business Technology Advisor comes in. With one phone call, he sets me up with tailored products and services. To focus on my tech, I can focus on my small business.
End-to-end solutions with the help of the Dell Advisor. The PC featuring Intel Core processors. Call an advisor today at 877-BUY-DELL.
New York's trusted source for news and information. We are WCBS News Radio 880.
Heating up nicely, plenty of sunshine out there, mixing with some clouds. It's breezy, but a lot warmer this afternoon. The high near 80 degrees. 76 now and sunny in Central Park. WCBS News Time, 12:04. The Ossining School District says no one told them that one of their employees was arrested and convicted of raping a minor, and they want to know why. WCBS reporter Sean Adams is in Ossining.
Ossining School Superintendent has some serious questions for law enforcement in Dutchess County. He wants to know why he was never notified that one of the district's custodians was convicted of raping a minor. He learned of this through a handwritten letter, an anonymous tip. The Journal News reports police arrested Samuel Campbell in Poughkeepsie, where he lives, in April of 2016. The rape victim, younger than 17, and known to Campbell. The jury convicted him May 1st. All the while, Campbell still reported to work as a custodian at Brookside Elementary School. In a letter to parents and staff, the superintendent vows to get answers. Johnson and Sean Adams, WCBS.
Better pack a bug spray if you're flying out of LaGuardia. The airport is apparently overrun with mosquitoes.
These frequent flyers are not welcome at LaGuardia. Mosquitoes, always an issue at the waterfront airport, have gotten more plentiful with all of the rain and construction. Florida Thompson of London flying this morning to Chicago says she hasn't seen any yet.
But it didn't me 5:30. But it say, I've already been getting so yeah.
When I told her about the infestation, she made a face.
So I'm going to see if I identify the problem and I'm going to do something about it, then yeah, that's fine. But everybody should be well informed.
These are not the Zika-carrying mosquitoes, but the problem has become so bad that Terminal B's operator has installed bug zappers in the baggage claim area. At LaGuardia, Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
WCBS News Time 12:06. Nassau County Democrats have chosen the person they would like to succeed outgoing County Executive Ed Mangano, who is facing federal corruption charges. WCBS reporter Sophia Hall introduces us to Laura Curran. She was a reporter, she served on the Baldwin School Board, and is a current Nassau County legislator. And now 49-year-old Laura Curran wants to be the next county executive in Nassau. She got the nomination from the Democrats. She said if elected, she will fight corruption.
I think there's a real culture of corruption in Nassau County, and people are fed up with it. We do have a serious problem of patronage and nepotism. People in Nassau County pay very, very high taxes, and they're frustrated and they're angry that their hard-earned money is going to no-show jobs.
And she will help the young people stay on Long Island.
We've got great schools, we've got great universities, but young people just can't afford to stay here. I think the government has a big role in helping to create walkable downtowns, which young people want.
Sophia Hall, WCBS News Radio 880. The NYPD says 5 people were hurt early this morning when a driver trying to get away from police in the Bronx crossed into Eastchester and T-boned a van. 3 of the injured are in serious condition. City police say they had tried to pull the driver over for making an unsafe lane change in the Bronx, and they did not chase him. The driver is now in custody and is expected to be charged with reckless endangerment. WCBS News Time 12:07.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in New York and New Jersey? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Stan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the New York, New Jersey area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. New York and New Jersey are perfect markets for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Van's workshop, call 1-800-989-4100. Seating is extremely limited. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also reserve a free copy of Van's Money for Deals Guide. That's 1-800-989-4100. That's 1-800-989-4100.
WCBS News Time 12:08. Traffic is weathered together on the 8th, sponsored by Serta Pro Painters. Let's start with a broken down vehicle on the LIE and Jim Feldman.
It is as you're approaching Nassau County, Pat, on the LAE right around Little Lake Parkway. It's got the right lane blocked off, some minor slowdowns because of that. You've got the Mets game at about 1/10 of the first pitch, so heading there by the Whitestone Bridge, you're going to encounter some delays queensbound. You've got construction in both directions there, so you want to allow a lot of extra time. The Frog's Neck Bridge, you're a little slow with that construction queensbound too. If you're traveling in Brooklyn, you're still slow on the Bell Parkway. Road work on the westbound side between Pennsylvania Avenue and Flatbush Avenue. We're also seeing some delays on the eastbound side as well, from the Bill Basin Toronto Bridge all the way into Queens. If you're traveling on the FDR, still slow southbound. You've got the roving road work from the RFK all the way down to the 70s. You've got delays. Same if you're traveling on the Henry Hudson Parkway from the 90s down to the 70s, all because of that road work. GWB looking pretty good into and out of the city. The Lincoln, the Holland Tunnels, the same thing in New Jersey and Union Route 22 westbound after Michigan Avenue. All lanes still blocked as they're cleaning up a fluid spill. And on Long Island on the LAE eastbound around exit 58, that earlier accident has been cleared away. Our next traffic update less than 10 minutes away on WCBS.
And very nice weather so far for the first day of June. Let's hear about it from meteorologist Bob Larson. Good afternoon, Bob.
And good afternoon, Pat. Indeed, a glorious start to the month of June. We've got the Mets at home this afternoon. Great baseball weather. Make sure you have the sunscreen, as we've got mostly sunny conditions throughout the area this hour. We'll see a few clouds start to bubble up, but not rain-producing clouds. High near 80, so it's turning warmer, but the humidity is fairly low. Turning out clear tonight. It'll be cool overnight. Low 50 in Boston Valley, 58 at Midtown. Tomorrow starting out partly sunny. Clouds roll in tomorrow afternoon. Can't rely on a late day shower or storm tomorrow. High is 76. Right now, the wind, sunshine, 66 in Sanford, up to 70. In Elizabeth, 74 in Central Valley of 80. This is meteorologist Bob Larson in the WCBS Weather Center.
WCBS News Time, 12:11.
Fresh enough for summertime. It's Tom Kaminsky for Certa Pro Painters. Summer is the perfect